you back. Hello, in case you don't know, my name is Pauline. This is Fat to Fit Phobia, in which I do mommy content. I also do vlogging of things and places I go to. So, without any further ado, uh, as the title says, what I would tell my younger self, and I want this chat to be interactive, so please do get involved. So, what I personally told my younger self is like, don't be a people pleaser. Now, here goes. Sorry, it's a bit dusty. Um, I found when I was a teenager, coming up, I was always trying to please people. I've always been a chubby kid. So coming up, I've always been like chubby or what have you. So I always found like it's either being a clown, like being a class clown, trying to make my peers laugh. Like I find that to be my go-to comforting kind of thing. In order, obviously, not to subdue being that chubby kid, with the whole stereotype of being the chubby kid, like um trying to avoid being bullied and all of that, trying to be with the inner crew. So I would constantly be like a little people pleaser. So when some of my friends, they would be like, okay, yeah, let's go up to like I come from Northwest London, so Wembley was the it place, so let's go Wembley. And I always found myself like, obviously trying to be part of the crowd, not having your own mind. So what I'll tell my younger self is it's cool, and I repeat, it is cool to be yourself, and it is cool to stand out where God made you to stand up. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm basically trying to say is, obviously, sometimes we feel as if like, oh yeah, like we constantly trying to please others and displease ourselves and throw our back. So it's okay to be unique. It's okay to stand out. You know what I mean? So that's what I would tell my younger self. Like, it's all right. It's okay. And another thing I'll tell my younger self is, girl, when it comes to like, you know, there's like a persona that, like when somebody's like, when they portray people in the movies, like they portray people who are all glamorous, um like it's not possible that a guy would want somebody who's fat. Now, what I would tell my younger self, it's cool to be fat, it's cool to be healthy, it's cool to have that mindset. But what I would tell myself is, listen, girl, focus on yourself, focus on your mentals, like, concentrate on your studies and stick to what it is that you believe in. It doesn't matter, like, don't, and then sometimes blocking out some bad mind friends, because let's face it, some friends, they have so much to say, as in, like, oh my gosh, like, he's not really interested in you because of, what would he be doing with a fat cat girl? Because I remember, like, let me bring you into this. So I remember back in the day, like I had a certain crowd of people who I used to hang around with. So when you go to school, you have your school friends. You go to college, you get your college friends. So this particular friend was constantly on the case about self-image. She was obsessed, and every time she would always try and like try and bring you down in that sense, like by saying, oh yeah, like having like, you know, let's just put it mildly and be quite blunt. When they come up with some bad mind things like, oh yeah, no one will want somebody who's chubby, no one will want. And the fact of the matter is, like, you are enough. You are all that and a bag of chips, because the whole reason why they're coming after you and they're trying to bring you down, bring down your morale, is because obviously they see something in you, and that thing in you triggers off the demons in them. So we're saying that, when certain friends, they repeat the same thing, like for example, oh, your hair don't look good, oh my, then you start building up a picture in your head, thinking, okay, there's something wrong with my hair, I have to change the way my hair is, there's something wrong with my weight, there's something wrong with this. So then 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 it becomes repetitive for you, and then it becomes a mental uh a mental illness for you, where you're constantly thinking. That's where I came up with the name Factor Fit Phobia. Now, I was constantly, I constantly had that thing in my head where I was thinking, all right, around weight loss, around all this kind of stuff. And I was thinking, okay, it's got to happen overnight. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. So when I came up with the name fat to fit phobia, I came because there's so many being fat. There's so much phobias. People associate being fat with smelly. People associate being fat with only those, like those men abroad, like who only want immigration papers. Only them come up for you. Then they come up with the fact of, oh yeah, being a slob. There's so much when you highlight, the fat phobia. Even certain people, they won't even come near somebody who's fat. That art of intimidation. There's so much. So, and when I came up with the name, I sat there and I thought to myself, wow, that fat phobia, like homophobia and those kind of issues, when you look at it, like it's really such a big subject. That's when I realized I have such a big personality as it is. Like, I just, like, now that I found myself and I know who it is I am, I just feel like there is so much to give to this world. That's the whole point why I started the channel and everything. And I thought, wow, there's so much to give. There's so much that I feel the world, that my best is yet to come, in the sense of sharing my life experiences, sharing something. That's why I said, okay, let's start the weight loss journey, and you're along with the journey with me. So, with saying that, I feel that obviously, like, I am one of those bubbly kind of characters. Like, when I am in the room, I am loud. And also the fact that how I work in the school, that also has a lot to do with it as well. The fact that how I'm always constantly, like, whether it be singing songs to the children, getting them involved, getting them on point, you know what I mean? So with all of that, I would simply, I'm rewinding back to the main subject, which is what I would say to my younger self. So there's so much to say to my younger self. Like, do you know what? Also, another thing is, those friends ain't loyal. That's what I would like. Certain friends, like, it's so funny. Do you know, like, they started off with eight. There was 8 girls I was really close with, and out of all 8 of them, funnily enough, I don't speak to any of them. Like, so sometimes, like, as you progress and you become that beautiful butterfly that God wants you to be, you're going to realize that you're not going to please everybody. Not everybody's going to be around you. Not everybody's going to be there in for the long haul. And I'm cool with that. Before, oh my God, I was so needy and greedy. And when you need people around you, you're constantly always looking for gratification, looking for clarity, looking for that word, that voice, that be it that what's it called again? Like, when it comes down to it, obviously, not everybody's going to be down with you. I'll tell my younger self, not everybody's going to like you, and be cool with that, sis. Be cool. Not everyone's going to like you. And at the end of the day, like, I'm not saying that how in every friendship, some people, like, woe and behold, they don't like the truth to be told. But I say the truth and shame the devil. Certain times I was the toxic one in the friendship. Like, certain times, or in, like, relationships or whatever, I was quite toxic, because I was like, because you haven't found yourself. So sometimes you carry that negative aura. You carry that, that buzz where you're constantly thinking, okay, it's other people are the issue, when in fact you are the issue. That is what I've realized. I've, like, when you've done a lot of soul searching, and then you've really found, like, at the end of the day, sometimes, it's not just like, sometimes you are what you attract. And with saying that, you are what you attract, sometimes you attract that energy. It's like, when they say, what do they call that, like, yeah, cosmic energy. Like, you attract that negative aura. Sometimes it follows you. Like, sometimes, like, when there's a reoccurrence in life, and sometimes it's a pattern, and then you're wondering to yourself, God, why is it that I always attract, relationships, when you attract the same kind of men? Like, okay, for example, there can be a woman, she's pretty as hell, she's got everything, she's got the whole packages, she's got everything, she's got the top jobs and everything. And then every time she attracts the guy with who's got three baby mothers, he's got, he's not living up any fixed address. It's that constant cycle. And sometimes we got to look into ourselves and look into our core, because sometimes it can be the little slightest thing. It could be the way we dress, the way we carry ourselves, the things we say, the people around us. There is so much there's so much that we need to look into and soul search, and sometimes we need to dive in. We need to dive in and realize, listen, what is it that I'm bringing? And sometimes, like, I'm a prayerful person, so when I see hi, I'm back. All right, I'm so sorry about that. It was buffering or whatever. I touched something. And so where was I? Yes, so basically sometimes we got to really look into what it is that we have to bring to the table. And or sometimes we shouldn't, let's not throw stones at a glass house and try and and always think that other people are the issue. Sometimes we are the issues, and sometimes we got to deal with that issue directly. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of growing, a lot of, what they call it, absorbing. So I'm really absorbing all the energy, all the, what it is that God wants me to do in my life. That's what I'm trying to use this platform in such a positive manner. I don't want to be anything else other than Pauline, Factor Fit Phobia. And I want to encourage others as well to get on it. Like, it's okay. It's okay to slip up. It's okay to have a bad day. Like, I don't know if you look at some of my channel, I've set some of the videos, I've switched some of the videos over, because I was just like, that when I look back at some of the videos, I'm like, that is not who I am. Literally, I have really blossomed from where I was back then to now. It's completely different. And I just want you, the viewers, as well, you, the people who are watching my channel, I want you to see to see me for what's happening now, as opposed to back then when I was like, I think that was about 2 to 3 years ago. So at that point, I had no clue. I was clueless. As to what it is I'm doing. Like now, I literally have a routine. Like the routine is, I'm happy to say my routine is banging. It's on point in terms of like at least the chick, because most all of the kids are in school now. Back then, one was in nursery, so where you have to pick them up with the 2-year-old funding or whatever. So I had to pick the child up in the middle of the day. Then coming from work, there was literally no time for myself. So now that there's enough time to do other things and to venture and to, I feel like, yes, gradually, we are gradually hitting the nail on its head. Um, I know probably you will watch this and you think, oh my God, you're waffling on a bit too much. But that's just me. And I've just thought, you know what, let me just have some sort of structure today and have some sort of, because this is the car link up. So I want this to be an open platform where we engage. But yeah, comment below. What would you say to your younger self? Let me know. Like, what would you say to your younger self? And also another one. Like, I know I've probably gone 1, 2. I'm now on number 5. Like, what would I say to my younger self? I would say to my younger self also, like, about saving, like the importance of saving. Like, I don't think we speak enough about having enough collateral and savings and all these kind of stuff. So I would say saving is the key. Saving is the key. You need to be on that restroom where you are saving, where you have something behind yourself. Before, I would even say to my younger self as well, like, you know what, put certain things in place from early. So that way, sorry, a message just came up on my phone. That's how real this is. Do you know when sorry, I've got my phone here vlogging, and then a message came up and it's like work notification. So I'm trying to just talk to y'all right now. So that's it. I would say save more. And yeah, when our grandparents used to say, and another thing, I would cherish the time with certain loved ones who are not here. I would cherish the moment I spent with them. Like, I learned so much from my grandparents. Oh my gosh, even in regards to saving a little bit. Like, who I don't know who else had that experience where the grandparents, they literally had everything on lockdown, in terms of the mortgage, in terms of the house, in terms of so much little things. They had everything that there was to have, um, on point. Everything, in terms of savings, in terms of, eventually, like, most of the parents went back home to Jamaica to and they built a house. So in between that time, having the mortgage here, they still were hustling that hard to have funds to send back home. So when I look at that, I'm inspired. So I if God could give me that unction to go back in time, I would sit down with my pen, my paper, and have my notebook out, and I would sit there and I would literally document every grasp of what it is they did. Because right now, everybody knows that the economy is difficult. We are in red alert when it comes to bills going up. This month in the UK, the council tax gone through the roof. Other issues. So we had the council tax go through the roof. We've had, what else increase? I think the water bill increase. So there's been so much increase. It's unbelievable. And I think the wages has gone up like 10%. Not to bore you with the life challenges, but I'm just wondering if someone else out there can relate to the fact that how, wow, the times we are living in. Wow, there is not there is really that draw for saving for a rainy day and having that extra funds, because we do, let's face it, we do need to think clearly as to how to plan for the future. So that's it. um Another thing I would say, in terms of education. Oh my goodness. In terms of education, during that last period, when you messed about in high school and you didn't take it as serious as you should have, and then you figure it out later on. But by then, I wouldn't say it's ever too late, because you've got vocational studies, you've got apprenticeships, you've got other kind of like avenues to go down if route A is blocked or route B is blocked. But however, I would say that one needs to always have that mindfulness to always, in school, when you're in school, sorry, so much is flashing up on my phone. In school, you just need to be on your grizzle. Children, people, it's never too late. Even as an adult, you can still go and gain A levels, whatever it is, degrees. You got Birkbeck University, who has adult courses for mature students. So yeah, it's never too late. But however, you know, if you do get your shot in life, just take it and take it literally. So that's it. Whew. Sorry, pardon me, I'm burping. But yeah, I'm waffling on, and I'm trying to take in the weather. Like, outside, if you see it, this is what we are facing at the moment. You can see the weather. It's a really nice day. You would never believe, like, about 2 hours earlier, it was really, really raining hard. I don't know who else sees it, and look at it. You can see, like, it's nice. And I bet you, in any morning when I'm about to leave the car to go for the school run, in about 10 minutes, it's about to rain again. It's about to go down. So we never can win. We never can win. But yeah, that is basically it. So this is just a short one. It was just to catch up, and just to, I want to make this a series, like every day, to do the car link up. So hopefully, who never knows, You know, there might be a special guest sitting here. It could be like it could be a celebrity. Greetings, hello, 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 hello. You never know. It could be a special guest coming through to share, whatever life experiences, because I want this to be an open platform where it's a place where everyone feels free to share their life experiences, so that you, the viewer, you can gain a full insight as to, you can gain something from this. And then I want it to be very interactive. So yes, are in the world, have a great day. I've been on for 20 minutes, so I just want to encourage everyone listening today, have a good one. Like some of the topics that I've addressed here today in regards to telling your younger self. I just want you to, this is like final thoughts, so thought of the day. I want you to realize that at the end of the day, life is what you make it. And to be honest with you, what is gone is gone. You can only progress on to bigger and better. Like there's a saying that my mom always says, and it is, at the end of the day, what God has for you is yours. So in that perspective, I would say that in life, you can look back and you can say, I want to tell my younger self, or you can look to the future and you can focus on it, because there's a time in everything. I believe in the Bible it says that how there's a time and season for everything, and in this could be your season right now. Back then you wouldn't have cherished it, you wouldn't have acknowledged it. So my advice to someone, the storm has to let up for you to pass through. Amen. That is a good word for today. So I would say focus on the here and now. Do good if you can. All the bad mind people, all the people who who spend their nights planning for wicked for people. That's on you, because there is God, and God watches us. So yeah, I would say stay encouraged, stay covered, stay clean, and be blessed. And if you can be a blessing to somebody, do so. So have a blessed day. I'm gonna love you and leave you. So until have a blessed day. Goodbye.